Alright, so this isn't really the type of content I usually make, but I just want to speak my voice out. Uh, I want to talk about old TDS games and like why I think I just don't like them anymore and what's going to be the future for them. I just want to say like I don't necessarily hate any old TDS game. I think they all have their own effort taken into them and everything about them is like great, alright, not bad. I just want to speak my voice out and I say why I think majority of them are really boring or I just find them uninteresting. So I'm gonna start like right now. Okay, so for my first reasoning on why I just think old TDS games are starting to become boring, not as fun, and just in general repetitive, is because a lot of them get discontinued fast. Like, a lot of them. For example, Vintage TDS. That game was around for like maybe a year, like half a year. I'm not too sure, and it got deleted for maybe some drama. I don't really know. I'm not into TDS retro TDS drama, old TDS drama. I'm not too sure what happened, but yeah, the game's gone. Okay, but what now? But like a lot of other games also got discontinued, like TDS Legacy, which had the potential to be probably the best old TDS game ever. Too bad it not shut down, got discontinued. Yeah, it's a little upsetting. The only two old TDS games, to my knowledge, that I think still update are Retro TDS and TDS Universal. And Retro TDS really does nothing but add custom content, which I don't really mind. But like, can you add anything else, dude? Like mega update? Like you already have the DJ model done. Why not just get the mega update out? And that just leaves TDS Universal. I don't know if they've updated it or not. I can't lie. I haven't checked. Okay. Another reason why I find old TDS games not as fun is because of TDS in general. This TDS, I think this TDS is the most fun TDS ever. Why? Because it has so much new content, towers. They changed a lot of modes. There's lore now for some reason. I don't really mind it, but okay. And I like mainly played old TDS games, or at least started playing them a lot, because TDS itself for me used to be really boring and have a lot of content, or the content that they had was just not interesting to me. Like for example, the skin crates or maybe any event. Like I don't mind events, but I suck at them, and I that's why I don't play them. Also, they tend to add hardcore towers. That was before hardcore got reworked, and I never really bothered to grind hardcore after I got accelerator, because I thought that would be good enough. And like after they reworked hardcore, I saw how much gems you can actually get from losing doing suicide grinds. So I actually decided to grind hardcore, which is why I'm starting to get access to like newer content that I never got access to, like never seen, never used. Whilst like in old TDS, I know what I'm gonna get. Like if an old TDS game updates, I know it's gonna be a gladiator event. I know it's gonna be Area 51. I know it's gonna be Mega Update. I know it's gonna be Halloween 2019. I know it's gonna be Christmas. I know it's gonna be this, that. Like there's nothing new. You can't expect anything. There's really nothing you can expect. Like, like that's new. It's just the same updates over and over again. It's not fun. Another reason why I do not like old TDS games is because they just tend to be too accurate to the actual game, that they don't add anything that's custom, which I know a lot of people in old TDS games hate the fact that like there's custom content. I know a lot of people that do not like custom content in like retro TDS, but I really love custom content in these games because, like, if I had to be honest, they make the game more unique. Like, for example, in Retro TDS, for reaching level 100, you get a operator, which is probably the best tower in the entire game. And I like that because in the OG TDS, if you reach level 100, you get nothing. Literally nothing. Dirt, nothing. Like, it's just so lame. Why do you just give nothing for reaching that milestone? Which is why Retro TDS decided to give you a reward for actually, grinding your heart out in a game that isn't even the actual TDS. I love custom content, and I wish more older TDS games did it if they ran out of ideas. Because, like, if you don't know, Retro TDS, from release to now, has only stayed in the pre-Mega era. And speaking of the pre-Mega era, I do not like old TDS games a lot, because half of them just, like, take place in the pre-Mega era. And the pre-Mega era is probably the most boring era in all of TDS. It was basically TDS's first steps, and it sucked. I did not like it. It was just a shittier version of Tower Battles, which is, like, why I don't like pre-Mega TDS. I really hope a lot of old TDS games stop, like, taking place in pre-Mega TDS. Maybe take place in, like, Mega, or, like, during 2019 Halloween, 2019 Christmas, or heck, even in 2021, like Solar Eclipse or something like that. That would be really cool and, like, unique. I hope some old TDS games do that. Another reason why I just don't like old TDS games is like, because of the drama. Because I can't lie, this community, like the community of old TDS, it's so dramatic for some reason. There's been so many controversies, like, between maybe TDS Legacy and a lot of other games, and, like, also content creators. For some reason, it's almost due, and some block scene, they had some beef. I don't really know the situation. I never looked into the drama too much and just played the game. Like, there was a lot of drama, from assets being stolen to this and that. It was so dramatic. And sure, nowadays there's barely any drama because there's barely anyone playing. Like, there's nobody playing because, like, there's just no one. Okay, another reason I do not like old TDS games is because they became irrelevant in my eyes. Because, like, back in 2021, 2022, YouTubers like Elite and John Roblox were making videos about Retro TDS. Yeah, the Retro TDS. And this game was getting tons and tons and tons of visits till it eventually died out in 2026. It's not getting as much players. I wouldn't say it's completely dead, but, like, right now, it's not alive. It's sitting in between life and death, basically. And as for other old TDS games, yeah, they're also dead, or discontinued, or just not updating. The genre just became irrelevant, and I don't think it's gonna become relevant anytime soon. Those were all my reasons as to why I think old TDS games just suck, and why I probably won't play any anymore. But for the future of them, what is going to happen? Well, if nothing changes, and the same exact stuff keeps happening, I reckon the genre will fade into obscurity, or just become some underground niche, basically. Yeah, the old TDS niche, making old versions of a game not a lot of people care about. Yeah, that's it. But if some things do change, then these games will probably get recognized by TDS content creators, or the actual TDS devs themselves. They might add a reference or two to one of these games. It would be really cool. But for now, old TDS games are just in such a dry place right now. Like, it feels so bad. There's nothing. Like, there's literally nothing to play when it comes to old TDS. There's no new old TDS game that's actually interesting, and the whole genre is pretty much gone. And it's over. It's Jover. As for me, I think I'll probably quit the old TDS genre in about like maybe 2 to 3 years, because I can't lie. Oh, I lost. I can't lie. This genre is becoming boring, and I already stated it like a million times right in this video. I think this genre has become boring after 2025. There's nothing interesting. Like, no new developers, no new games, no content creators that make like actually informal videos. And sure, that could apply to me, but like, still. Yeah. Thank you for hearing me ramble and talk. I know this video isn't really high quality, and I know I was talking like I didn't understand anything, mostly because I was talking scriptless. I was talking really fast. I was just saying what my brain is thinking. So, yeah, thank you for watching. I don't know if I'll upload anytime soon. Maybe in about a month, 2 months, 2 weeks, who knows. Anyways, like and sub. Goodbye.